Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the sign of Taurus for the mid-November time period. I will let each and every one of you decide what that means to you. I hope everyone is doing well. It is the beginning of November, very exciting time, especially for you, Taurus. So in the past position I should mention that this is a general reading. There may be some parts that do not resonate. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest. I've already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Taurus. In the past position, we have the Two of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Hermit, clarified by the Four of Wands. In the present position, we have the Three of Pentacles, clarified by the Knight of Cups. And in the future outcome position, we have the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Sun. So, in the past position, we have this wonderful Two of Cups, which is really positive energy. This is a card of partnership, perhaps a union for some. It could be also a friendship. The Two of Cups is similar to the Lover's card in the Major Arcana, but it is not as powerful. Definitely in the past, you had this accepting, tender, loving, caring energy with someone. It could be a friend, it could be someone that, was a love interest as well. Definitely, this is very much kind of a vibration of giving and receiving, and sort of feeling that love, feeling that support, feeling that healing as a result of connecting, and building a bond with a special human being. It's interesting that the Eight of Swords clarifies the Two of Cups because, of course, the Eight of Swords is a card of anxiety. It's a card of a little bit of insecurity, fear, sometimes maybe feeling stuck. Sometimes it could be a little bit self kind of imposed. But sometimes it's also that other people maybe have had a negative impact on your relationship or on your friendship, and as a result, it had a really big fracture. But the combination here, the Two of Cups with the Eight of Swords, suggests that, there was something that happened in a relationship. It could be that you felt a little bit trapped. It could be that that relationship was really kind of not super healthy for you. And it doesn't have to be with a lover. It could be with a family member. It could be, love comes in many different forms. So definitely that had a bit of an impact on you and kind of created that a little foundation for you, maybe a little bit holding yourself apart. It would explain the Hermit in the obstacle position, because the Hermit in the obstacle position suggests that this person wants to, I don't know if this person wants to, but they find themselves kind of alienated. They find themselves isolated and alone and lonely and feeling kind of not surrounded by people, withdrawn from people. And of course, the Four of Wands suggests that there may be some conflict in a family setting, because the Four of Wands is generally a really positive card. Cards that have this kind of yellow, warm background are always positive, and they bring a lot of love and understanding and celebration even. But the Four of Wands in the obstacle position suggests that there may be some sort of a conflict at home that is affecting things, which makes you feel a little bit withdrawn, a little bit isolated, a little bit kind of not wanting to address different aspects, different issues that may be happening in the family setting, at home. You also may be feeling like you want to leave home, or you want to leave a relationship, or you want to leave a friendship that may have felt like home, as a result of something that has happened in the past. In the present position, we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, which suggests really wonderful combination, because to me it suggests that the money is about to flow. Definitely you're on your way to success. The Three of Pentacles is a really nice card that brings teamwork and collaboration to the forefront. There are several people in this card suggesting that you may actually be becoming an expert in a field. You may be kind of, over the last several years have acquired knowledge, have acquired skills, know-how, to the point where, your advice is really valued. And of course, the Knight of Cups is a very romantic person, usually brings in very caring sort of energy to this combination, and it suggests that, in a business sense, or in like working together, maybe collaborating on something. It doesn't have to be that you're doing something at work. It could be that you're working together with a group of neighbors or friends or even family members, and it's going really well. Like, people are understanding, different aspects of the project. Everyone, it's kind of like a well-greased machine, where things are just really moving forward. And of course, in the future outcome position, we have the beautiful Wheel of Fortune, clarified by the Sun. And I will note your attention that it's these two cards are major arcana cards, which is significant. The change that the Wheel of Fortune brings is going to happen in your favor, and it's going to be significant, and it's going to really be amazing and glorious for you. The Wheel of Fortune is all about generosity. It is ruled by the planet of Jupiter, which is about expansion. So, whatever difficulties you may have had, they were leading to this expansion that has to happen. And, when you are expanding and kind of growing, becoming more powerful, becoming more knowledgeable, becoming more successful, it sometimes that responsibility can be a little bit heavy. So the universe has been kind of preparing you up to this point. And of course, clarified by the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune means that things are really going to work out in your favor. Sun is all about happiness and joy and fulfillment and celebration, and suggests that, things that you are hoping for, dreaming for, are going to advance and come out ahead. You're going to, kind of progress quite quickly. It might actually surprise you, the strides that you make. So it's important that you're focused. It's important that you meditate. It's important that you drink plenty of water and get a lot of rest to make sure that you are able to kind of solve problems as they come at you, because with expansion there may be more responsibilities, which may require more attention and focus, which can of course be a little bit draining as well. Let's see what 3 energy oracle cards have for us, and they are attachment, a woman holding a coin, and action. Wonderful. So the divine here suggests that you may be attached to something. It could be a bad habit that is not serving you well. It could be that you need to maybe distance yourself from people that bring toxicity into your environment, kind of low vibration people, if you will. But definitely it could also be emotional patterns. Sometimes we get attached to thinking negatively, to thinking that well, it has never worked out, why would it start working out now? Things that are quite negative and quite useless for us, life is very, very brief, and it's very, very precious, to waste it on things that do not work for you, that do not advance you to where you need to be. So definitely, first thing you want to do about the attachment card is to kind of recognize that there may be a pattern. When you start feeling a little bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety, that should kind of trigger you to realize that, oh, this is probably not the best person for me to be around, for example, with. And once you start shedding, it is so much, things accelerate so much faster. The woman holding a coin could be a friend who provides, financial guidance. It could be a mentor, a teacher, a coworker, a colleague, a neighbor, someone like an acquaintance, a family member, anyone really that could provide you and kind of give you a little bit of guidance. And maybe you've even heard of this guidance before, but when this person kind of brings it up, it sort of reinforces your knowledge, which helps you kind of act on it. And that's what the action card is all about. Action is about, focusing on how you feel on the inside, because when you kind of square things away on the inside, all of a sudden you see results on the outside. So if you feel calmer, if you feel happier, all of a sudden you start noticing that people around you are calmer, or people that are around you are kind of happier. How you feel on the inside is everything. It's incredibly, incredibly important, which is why people say meditate, start your day with attitude of gratitude, say affirmations like, my life is a blessing, I live in love, I am grateful for all the things that I have. And when you start your day with those types of thoughts, it helps you kind of tune in with yourself, check in with yourself, and it helps you realize, that each and every day is very important, because it gets you closer to your goal. And when you do it for a week or two, some people say 21 days is what you need to do, because that gets you set into a new pattern. Your brain gets rewired, and 21 days is what you need to do to kind of break the old pattern and move towards the new pattern. But a little bit helps. You don't have to do it 21 days. Do it 5 days, do it 10 days, a little bit, anything. 5 minutes a day, 1 minute a day. It's very, very important, because at the end of the day, it all adds up. Let's see what answers from angels we have. And they are remain positive within the next few months, and yes. Very, very, very nice. Sometimes you never know what kind of cards you get, and so I always hold my breath until I actually get the cards, because then I know, okay, these are good cards. So definitely the divine reminds you that you want to stay positive. You're getting closer, and you will have a culmination of your dream within the next few months. Especially watch the period around the new year, especially like the first January, the first month of next year, and I think it's the bull year 2021. So definitely you have to start preparing yourself now, because you have a really full year ahead of you. 2021 is going to be very different from 2020. Some parts of 2021 will be challenging, but they're going to be challenging not like this year where you feel like you're part of a group where everybody got challenged. You are going to be moving leaps and bounds, so you want to make sure that you are ready to do it. And of course, yes, to your opportunity, there's definitely going to be an opportunity coming your way. And that's what I actually wanted to say here. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun here, it's almost like a golden opportunity is going to show up. And you will take advantage of it. You are ready for it. You will know what to do when the time comes. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be anxious. You're ready. You're prepared. And you're on your way. Let's see what... I also pulled 3 mystical wisdom cards as well. And they are enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth, definitely meditate. Resilience, rise above tribulations, and self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. Definitely resilience is very, very important. Um, there will always be problems, there will always be issues, and there is no meaning, the reverse meaning for this card. But definitely, there's always going to be stresses, there's always going to be things that are thrown out of left field, and you have to kind of go with the flow and be able to overcome challenges and stay on top. This card encourages you to endure and withstand stress and recover quickly from life changes, misdeeds, or bad ordeal. This is also about facing life's adversities with courage and patience in such a way that you come through it unscathed, better, stronger from that experience. It also means the recovery from an illness or being rejected by a loved one. This takes compassion, determination, and strength that will not be defeated. You will not be defeated. The resilience of the human spirit and the validity of love inhabits us to rise above our tribulations and fly again. Accept your reality and a positive light and make it good. So focus, regardless of what your reality is, find the positivity in it and move forward with it. And I think that's, as you get older, that is when you sort of learn how to do that really well. Things that, for example, in school, sometimes when you hear someone else gossip, it used to be the end of the world, and then now it's, when you kind of go through and experience life a little bit, it becomes easier. So, it may not seem like what you're going through, so difficult, which it probably is, but that means that you are going to be stronger for overcoming it. Make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you focus on positivity. Make sure that you find that ability to ground yourself. Make sure that you take walks in the park or hike or do things where you can connect with nature, because it kind of helps you realize what's important and what is not important, and that is when you are what they call enlightened. And make sure that regardless of what your situation is, that you can rely on yourself, that it's not a scary thing for you. Sometimes people are, have difficulty, like I remember when I was younger, for me going out like to a restaurant and having a meal by myself was like the scariest thing a person could do. And I would sometimes do it just to overcome that fear. Remember that you come into this world alone and you leave this world alone. So that attachment that you may have, it's only temporary. Attachment to a person or a habit or a situation or a place or what have you. I do want to mention that sometimes the Wheel of Fortune here does signify repeating patterns. Sort of like life, it sort of goes in a circle. So make sure that you're not attached to some sort of a pattern that you cannot get out of. Make sure that you realize your strength is in your individuality. It is what you, not your loved one, your wife, your husband, your child, your mother. It's, what do you bring to the table? What do you have to say about the situation, right? Without being influenced by someone else. That is when your beauty shines the most. And some people kind of have to work on it a little bit, which is why the divine, brings it to your attention. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Taurus. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.